Investing's not going to make you rich. I'm telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Big sad. Womp womp. I personally hate how social media makes it seem like investing's a miracle cure for your poverty lifestyle, your bad life decisions. Like literal strangers on the internet that you've never met before are just telling you to buy these stocks or invest in this crypto, or worse yet, buy my course. And in a couple of months, your money's gonna 10,000x when Bitcoin splits. I mean, if someone walked up to you on the street and said the same thing to you, you'd probably be clutching your imaginary pearls and calling it a pyramid scheme. But for some reason, when the same thing happens and you put a screen in front of it, couple it with an AI generated screenshot of my bank account, people go, "Oh wow, that's a fantastic investment opportunity, young man. Take my life savings and my worldly possessions." Wake up, people. I'm here to tell you that investing will not make you rich. So buy my course instead. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Personally Invested, the channel dedicated to helping you build a lifestyle you love living today, whilst also investing for you tomorrow. I personally hate channels that waste time, so here's an overview of what we're going to cover in today's video, and feel free to skip to the part you actually care about. First, I'm going to tell you why you should listen to this random stranger on the internet. Then, I'm going to tell you a little story to illustrate why investing won't make you rich. After that, we'll dive into the real meat and potatoes of the video. 3 points for why I think investing won't make you rich, and 3 solutions for what you need to do instead. And then we'll wrap up the video nicely at the end. Sound good? Alright, let's go. So why listen to this random stranger on the internet? Well, it's because I'm genuine and down to earth. Yes, I'm a married father in their late 20s, when we're living on a single salary, so you know we ain't balling out. I don't make a life-changing 6-figure salary yet. I don't have a ridiculous investment portfolio or lots of houses or a course to even sell you yet. Just a couple of observations about life that I want to share. And my goal someday with this channel is to be able to one day make enough money to make work optional, to be able to spend as much time as I want with my family and take care of all of our wants and our needs and live life more fulfilled, right? My promise to you, if you stick around, is that you're going to get to see an authentic and genuine and transparent individual walk this journey of entrepreneurship. You're going to see the behind the scenes of the money that this channel makes, and the ups and downs along the journey. So my question to you is, will you come along for the ride? Now that I'm done pouring out my life story to you guys, let's jump right into this video, shall we? Alright, so here's the story. One guy called Kevin and the other guy called Hart. Imaginative, right? So Kevin invests $1,000 a month over the course of a year and averages a 10% return, as everyone loves to claim, from the S&P 500. Fantastic. Hart, on the other hand, just takes $1,000 and starts a lawn mowing company. He charges $15 once a month to mow your lawn once a month, and he only managed to get 10 customers a month, so his business isn't great. After a year, who is richer? That's a trick question. There's too many variables to consider, but for the purposes of this example, let's look at the financial status at the end of that year. So Kevin now has a net worth of $13,200. 12k of that was his principal, 1.2k of that was his paper gain from that 10% return. He can't spend that money, it's stuck in his brokerage account. Hart, on the other hand, has a net worth of $2,800. 1k of that was his principal, but check this, 1.8k of that was his realized gain. That is in hard cash that he can spend now. And the math nerds of you guys know that that's 180% return, outpacing that 10% return in the S&P 500. Now, why do I tell this story? I tell this story social media has overhyped in this day and age the power of investing. I mean, with just a little bit of hard work, you can move the needle on your financial life much quicker today than investing ever could. Overnight life-changing gains have been overpromised by every other investing and trading guru, and unfortunately it makes you feel so bad. You feel so left behind, like you're not doing enough. And my friend, that's just not the case. These millionaire, trillionaire gurus, they've got private groups, they've got courses on how to achieve the same gains that they have, but they always caveat it with, this is not financial advice, so please do your own research. Well, I'm about to do the exact same thing. This is not financial advice part, not the course part yet. So ladies and gentlemen, point number 1 as to why investing won't make you rich. It just simply takes too long. I mean, investing is literally not going to make you a millionaire overnight or change your life overnight. It takes lots of time for your money to actually start to compound meaningfully. And if you're on an average $30,000, $50,000 a year salary, it can take 10 years plus of saving and investing diligently to even make your first $100,000. And you can't even spend that unless you sell, which is such a waste of time and potential compounding growth left on the table. So if you're relying on your investments to provide you with the outrageous money that you want so you can finally start living life, my friend, unfortunately, you're wasting years and years of living in order to get there, which you're never going to get back. Diving into point number 2 now, you actually need lots of money. Now that I've hit you with a healthy dose of reality, let me depress you further. You need 6 figures plus invested for your returns to actually start meaningfully compound. I know you've seen the endless why your net wealth accelerates after $100,000. The TLDR of that is because it's true. Simple maths, 10% on 100k is 10k. 10% on 10k is 1k. If you're working, you know that you can make that 1k in a couple of weeks. To make that 10k, it will take you a couple of months. And to be hyperbolic, let's say somehow you come across $1 million. You get 10% on that, it's $100,000. You're working years and years and years before you see that kind of money. And it only just gets better the more and more money you have. It's biblical. Listen, I'm a Bible believing Christian. And the Bible says, to he who has, even more will be added to him. And to he who has not, even what he has now will be taken away from him. I think I butchered that, but you get what I'm trying to say. That's why the rich get richer and what the poor stay poor or get poorer. Now I wish I could have been like Trump and had a dad that started me off with a small loan of $1 million. But instead, I got a dad who gave me a big helping of emotional damage. Imagine the compound interest on that. Anyways, I digress. Point number 3. If influencers lie to you. Yes, I personally fell for this one multiple times. Until recently, God removed those crusty old scales from my eyes. Financial influencers, they didn't get rich from investing or trading or from what they're selling. No, they got rich from starting a business, having a high paying job, or the best one yet, daddy's money. Just to prove it to you, think of your favorite 3 financial influencers and ask yourself how they actually make money. Are any of them actually living off the dividends or the profits that they're making from trading or investing? I mean, real estate is a little bit different because you have that rental income. But matter of fact, the answer is probably no. Yes, they're probably selling you a course. They're making money from ad revenue. They've got sponsorships. They've got some sort of subscription or affiliate link that you can join. And it's so simple. They sell you a course. You pay for their bills. And they have so much money to invest. They aren't living off their investments now. They're living off of you and me. I always wondered how they have tens of thousands of dollars to invest each and every month. I thought I was behind. No, I was just pushing them up ahead. It's a bit like Tom Brady and Venom when you think about it. But instead of having super cool symbiote powers, the influencers just give you crippling anxiety every single time they release a video titled Trump farted again, so do this now, otherwise you're gonna fail in life. And then you click on the video just to find out they did absolutely nothing with their portfolio. We got clickbaited, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, they got us again. Ah, yes, that got your attention. So, boys and girls, if you have any suggestions for gameplay footage that you'd like to see, please comment down below. I am not affiliated to any game in particular anymore. I used to play Call of Duty a lot, but it's just too sweaty nowadays. So if there's any games you'd like me to dibble and dabble into, please drop a comment down below, and any other future video topics. Thank you very much. Bye. And back to the video. So what can we actually do to overcome the cesspit of problems with modern day investing? Well, solution number 1 I have you know is to grow your income. Yes, growing your income beats investing. Original, right? Yes, did I clickbait you? Maybe. You know what feels better than $1 million 40 years from now? 100k a year today, baby. So please like and subscribe, guys, so I can tell you what it feels like to have that sweet YouTube money coming in. I joke. But please like and subscribe so I can actually, quit my job one day. As illustrated with the story of Kevin and Hart, money today allows you to both live life today and invest more aggressively to get to that 100k mark where your money can start compounding meaningfully and the returns that you're making on your investments start to outpace the monthly contributions that you're making towards your investment portfolio. Listen, I don't need to tell you that making 3 grand a year versus what am I talking about? I don't need to tell you that the difference between making 3 grand a month versus 6 grand a month is the difference between having to spend all your money investing and only having a little bit left over to spend on your wants versus being able to buy whatever you want within reason and put away thousands of dollars and get to that 100k mark much quickly. Personally, I know which one I'd pick. You can change your whole career in 3 to 5 years versus the 10 years it might take you to hit that 6 figure mark, while also having cash to spend now, making memories that actually matter. Between you and me, I'm much closer to point A, but I'm on my way to point B. Please help me get there, guys. Solution number 2. Yes, this one is internal. This is about changing your mindset and understanding that investing is for maintaining and growing wealth. Investing is not for the you next year or even 10 years from now, as a matter of fact. It's for the you 20, 30, 40 years from now to be able to have a lifestyle that lives off of the returns that you make on your money. Listen, for you to be able to replace your income with passive market returns or dividends, you need at least $1 million invested to even make 40k a year. And that's applying the FIRE principle of a 4% withdrawal rate. Make 10% a year on average, take 2% out of that for inflation, leave 4% in there for your portfolio to continue to grow, and 4% is what you can take out without running out of money. So if you truly want to live that big baller 6-figure life, you're going to need at least $2 to $3 to $4 million invested. And that's going to take years of compounding growth and principal invested. But you know what the good part is? 60-year-old you is going to thank you for all the hard work, young man, that you put in. So now I can retire comfortably. Last but not least, and the most tantalizing of the 3 solutions. Stop listening to every financial influencer and do this instead. Listen, if I had a quarter for every time I listened blindly to some financial influencer stock pick, I would have like $2. Quick maths tells you that's like 8 times. Yeah, I've done this a couple of times and it hasn't always worked out. So please learn from my mistakes and do better. But think about how big the audience is collectively for all of these channels that tell you, buy this stock and you're going to retire next year. Yeah, people watch these channels blindly and then go all in with whichever stock pick sounds best. I hold my hand up. I'm guilty of this, and it's cost me in the past. It's bit me in the butt. Enough so that I've learnt my lesson, but not too much that I lost everything. And that happened because I didn't do my own research. So I urge you, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, all across around the world, use your critical thinking skills that you learnt at school. Maybe not at school, but as an adult. Use your critical thinking skills and evaluate the information you're actually listening to online and the source that it's coming from, and think whether this person sounds legit. It's harder to do in this day and age of flexing and false bravado, but think for yourself. Does this stranger that I'm listening to about money actually put their money where their mouth is? What is their track record? Like, how long have they been doing this for? And do they have like any sort of evidence to prove that they've actually been successful? I urge you, boys and girls, to learn for yourself how to invest without their recommendations. That way, when poo hits the fan, which it will in the stock market, trust me, you will not sell at the worst of times, and you will be buying continuously and holding continuously through the storms that is the S&P 500, the Nasdaq Composite, and I think other global ETFs that track, macro over blah blah blah. Anyways, whatever. So a couple of channel recommendations personally that I like to listen to are The Plain Bagel, and The Defiant Gatekeeper. The Defiant Gatekeeper. Oh, he is such a good refresh pool. He is so intelligent and funny too. They actually teach you the genuine fundamentals, which you should know and listen to before listening to some person on the internet stock picks. So you have a strategy for yourself that is unshakable, like I said, regardless of the market conditions. And I've personally taken an active approach to investing because I like to actually look at companies. It is tedious and long, but if it does pay out for me, I can outpace the S&P 500, and those returns add up in the long run. Mate, the difference between a 10% return over 30 years and a 40% and a 20% return over 30 years is the difference between having $1.4 million and $14 million. I personally want an 8-figure net worth by the time everything's said and done. So yeah, I'm happy taking those risks. And I know that it can bite me in the butt and I can lose everything. But listen, it's my choice to make. And it's also your choice to make. So make the choice that's best for you, please. So that brings us to the end of another video. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for spending your time with me. Please like and subscribe. Caress those buttons if you will, only if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of this content. But wait. Don't run away too soon. Take your phone, scroll down to the comment section, and tell me if you have an opinion on anything that I said in this video, or if you have any suggestions for future video topics.